Welcome back everyone to the Audacious Money Witch channel, where we talk about investing and trading stocks, bonds, and crypto assets around the world. Holy smokers, this ain't no dang jokers. I can't believe I made Jeremy buy a Ferrari. What are the odds of the ending of my video have the exact same Ferrari as the one Jeremy showed us in his video?
I bought a Ferrari Aroma.
I just like that vibe, the vibe Jeremy wants you to feel. He clearly doesn't buy that why looking poor is important.
The importance of looking poor. After all, when you really dig into it, it is insane how many people these days are pretending to be rich, digging themselves deep in debt for the sake of trying to impress others, and giving the illusion of success when in person, they're absolutely broke.
He actually bought the same Ferrari model. Jeremy, I know you are watching me. So in this video, I will share my thoughts about Jeremy's Ferrari. Is it actually a good investment, Ferrari? I mean, why not just buy a Ferrari stock instead? Yes, I will also talk about the top 5 car stocks that car guys can own. We always dreamed of starting our own car company, but not everyone can be Elon Musk or RJ Scringe. You certainly can start an ICE brand right now, but you can own one by buying one of these stocks I am about to share. I will list the cheapest car stock you can own to the most richly valued by the market. In Jeremy's Ferrari video, he showed us he bought a 2-year-old Ferrari Roma with a V8 engine. Yes, it's twin turbo. He paid $230,000 cash for it. He said he likes to drift around with it. For a guy who owns a Tesla for many years, I seriously doubt he knows how to drift. He said he would never drive it in the rain.
And given that back end's already all over the place, even on dry streets, I can tell you in wet mode, oh heck no, I'm not driving this baby in the rain.
But he said he could drive this Roma daily. So that just shows.
Giddy up. You in?
Almost.
Let's do this, Richard.
Shit! Drive! You want to know what I have? A fucking car whose doors open like this. Not like this. Not like this. These are not the doors of a billionaire, Richard.
If you use Tesla's FSD for a while, I seriously doubt you're any good when it comes to driving a gas engine car, let alone a fast one like Ferrari. Why is he showing us a Ferrari? His house tour.
This mother effer got a used Ferrari. And, you know, basically, if you buy my course, you could have my big house and my Ferrari, right? That's a connection there. That's what he's trying to do.
Like Ty Lopez showing everyone he's rich.
Here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini here. It's fun to drive up here in the Hollywood Hills.
I mean, it worked for Ty. I am not saying Jeremy is fake rich.
This is a flex to drive sales for his business because he wants you to think that he's super rich. He's not. If he's buying crap like this, he ain't rich.
But we have seen better cars on YouTube. He said the S tier of cars are Ferrari and Lambos. What about Bugatti? We know when you are playing Grand Theft Auto, you steal a Bugatti first. What about a Pagani? What about a Koenigsegg? That's what Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, drives. He was recently spotted driving a Koenigsegg Vigera. It has 1,500 horsepower. It starts at around $1.9 million because only 80 units were made, and it has been sold for as much as $4.6 million in private sales.
This car's not about designer clothes. It's not about going to fancy dinners or the Met Gala or trying to act like you're a big deal. This car is about sheer performance, the love, the passion of driving the car. This is our generation McLaren F1. This is our generation 250 GTO.
Compared to that, Jeremy's Ferrari kind of feels like a mass market product. But it is still a Ferrari. I do respect that. But the type of person who needs to show off is exact same person who has a difficult time conveying value to others. When you drive a Ferrari, you might be more hated than the same person who drives an Aston Martin. That's just a fact, especially for a GT style car. Let's talk about Ferrari as an investment. The most valuable Ferrari is not a new one on the market. It was a 1963 Ferrari 250 GTO, which was sold for an astonishing $70 million. It has a V12 engine. If I was to buy a Ferrari, it would be one with a V12 engine. Power should not be important as sound. It should be a stick rather than a paddle shifter. It will actually go up in price over time instead of the one Jeremy bought. There is always upkeep when you invest into a car, so there are downsides when you invest in a classic car. Constantly spending your money out of pocket to maintain the asset value of the car. You certainly cannot daily drive it when you try to keep it as a collectible. Then it will lose value and become a liability. Speaking of assets and liabilities, let's talk about the car stocks you can buy with $230,000, from the cheapest stock to the most expensive one. The cheapest one being Stellantis NV. It is the 5th largest car company in the world. Ticker as STLA stock. If you own this stock, you are getting 12% dividend yield right now per year. You are owning 4 American brands: Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. The rest are French and Italian brands like Lancia, Alfa Romeo, Citroën, Fiat, and Maserati. For this one, the PE ratio is in the 2 to 3 range. It has more cash than debt, with $40 billion of cash and $34 billion in debt. With a debt to equity ratio of 0.39, one of the best balance sheets in the basket of ICE car stocks. So overall, the deepest value of all the ICE car companies. Why would I say that? Let's take a look at Ford stock with ticker F. Ford has $152 billion of debt and only $26 billion of cash. With a debt to equity ratio of 3.5, we all know that these types of traditional auto companies don't really have a moat. So a great balance sheet and management team is crucial. This type of balance sheet, like Ford, gives me no confidence to even look into the company. GM stock has been performing well lately, but with $128 billion in debt and $23 billion in cash, with a debt to equity ratio of 1.8, it's hard to turn this ship around. Plus, GM only pays you 1% in dividend yield. Now that the stock has gone up nicely, it's not even worth the risk. Still, with a PE ratio of 5, it's more of an undervalue pick if you truly love Cadillac, Chevy, Buick, GMC, and Hummer. If you're into Japanese brands like Warren Buffett, Toyota stock TM is a good choice. Of course, that's just an ADR, and they have more debt than Ford, with a whopping $241 billion of debt. Even though Toyota's cars might be the most reliable, the balance sheet and the over 200% of the payout ratio of their dividend, plus their gigantic debt interest payment, makes me less interested in this stock, even with the recent price drops. The most profitable car brand in the world with the highest margin is not Tesla. It's actually Ferrari NV. Ticker is RACE. Just like Stellantis NV, Ferrari is also incorporated under Dutch law and allows it to issue shares to the public, while providing certain legal protections to its shareholders. Even though Ferrari has a gross margin of 49%, profit margin of 21%, the highest among car brands, the balance sheet still not as good as Stellantis, with total debt of $3.4 billion and cash of $1.45 billion. Jeremy talks down on Maserati.
Maserati, You know, Maserati just doesn't get a lot of respect. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. Speaking to so many different folks in this industry, yeah, Maserati is not highly respected.
which Stellantis owns. He didn't know Maserati actually uses Ferrari engines in some of their supercars. So I really do think STLA stock is a buy right now.